I removed all of the paint from around the lip of the bucket. As you can see, there's a bunch of spot welds. Well, not a bunch, there's a few spot welds. One here, one right here, one here, another one here, another one here. So what I'm going to do is drill out these spot welds. It's good that I actually took off the paint, because actually when I was actually sanding this off, some of these spots made holes. So it's another thing I got to add to my list that I got to do if I want to make this Fender usable, is fix the bucket. So the last thing you want to do is basically have a nice Fender and then have a rust hole come through it, and then water starts seeping up in here, and it gets messy. Wires start corroding. So I'm going to go ahead and drill these spot welds out, and I will have the bucket out of the Fender, and I can start dealing with this lip issue. Okay, I got the bucket taken out of the Fender, and now we can really see the damage here. What I'm going to do is basically let this thing bathe in some anti-rust or a rust remover, so I can deal with this. It seems like it's only this section right here, and that's really rough. I guess this was like a water leak. So like I said before, I'm gonna cut this out. Hold on for a second. I sort of kind of gotten this into a rounded shape. I don't know if you can see that profile, but try to get it as close as I can get to it. What I'm going to do is basically, once I get this in here, I'm going to, it's going to be very small, and this is going to be cut in half. I made a really big piece so I could have something to work with. And once I figure out how this contours, I have a little contour gauge, and this is my contour gauge. So I'm going to basically measure. Well, it's going to be hard to do because this is the dimensions, but I'll figure it out. What I'm going to do is basically cut the piece out, and then I'm going to lay this piece in there. I'm going to trim it down smaller, and I'm going to lay this piece in there and see where it fits. And then I'm going to mark it from the opposite side where after I cut this piece out, I'm going to lay this in here, and I'm going to take a marker and mark the other side of this piece. And then I'm going to cut this down on this side where it fits into the cut that I'm going to remove out of here. And then at that point I should be able to really get a good gauge of the contour. So I should be able to push it through and find out how it mates up on the other side of the Fender. Okay, stay tuned. Okay, I got it, the lip cut and the patch panel cut to size. So what I'm going to do is I spray some dye in here, and then spray it all the way down here, and then it's going to leave a pattern, hopefully, and then I know from what side I'm going to basically grind it down from, how far to grind it down. So let me do that, and I'll come back. I have an average. I'm going to go close as I can, and then I'll start playing it by ear. I should have probably done some spray paint because it didn't. Just kind of bled out, but I could place this here, and I can see basically where it's true. Okay, I have the new lip tacked in there. I didn't derust it. I basically just grinded down the rust and the paint. I'll deal with the whole paint removal and rust stuff next time. Okay, there it is. Okay, so sorry, my compressor is building back up, but I got the bucket in, and I started grinding it down, all the welds. So far it looks good. I have a little hole here that I blew through, so I'm trying to weld that closed, but I have to go for today. But I'll drop a couple filler welds in here, grind it down. I like to add, then grind down, because basically when you start covering over this, you create like a cave. So when you grind it down, it always keeps coming through because you're just building on top. So what I will do is start hitting these small spots I'm trying to build a bridge across the gap, and then grind it down, and then fill in the small holes. This whole section over here was pretty ugly. I did a whole fill section because I was actually about 3/8 off. So I put a filler across here, the backside here, and across here, and this kind of blew out because there was nothing really there. Yeah, so this looks pretty good. I got to continue grinding down this section right here. I don't have any more time, but as you can see, it's pretty good. Yeah, let's bend this back, sand down this whole ring, sand down this section right here, and then I should be in a good place. Cut this lip down the size, and we should be back actually better than original. Actually, you can see the little pitting that I'm gonna have to grind down in this section right here. Oh yeah, here. So the lip is smoother than the original before I actually fixed the damaged area. Okay.